Please join me in welcoming Scott Amyx, Managing Partner at Astor Perkins. Scott, over to you.
Well, thank you so much, Christine. I really appreciate that. And hello, everyone. We're so excited to have you. So these are my parents, David and Patricia Amyx. Can you see the resemblance? And now you can see finally where I get my voluminous 1960s hairdo. Well, my mother was the sweetest old lady. She would sit down and chat with me for hours. But I would often hear myself repeat, "Mom, don't you remember I told you that the other day?" Well, actually, it wasn't really her fault that she didn't remember. You see, she had brain cancer, and part of the treatment required removing a portion of her brain. She didn't mean to forget, but she really couldn't help herself. But you see, being forgetful is part of human nature. I can't even remember what I did last weekend, for instance. So let's recap some of the major things that have happened in the past couple of years that perhaps we forgot about. The Australian bushfire from 2019 to 2020 that burned an estimated 18.6 million hectares, destroying over 5,900 buildings and over 400 people were killed. Devastating floods in Indonesia that destroyed Jakarta and took the lives of 66 people. The US in 2020 was hit by a record-breaking hurricane, and the wildfire caused due to the hurricane added more than $60 billion in damages. Millions of desert locusts have swarmed India, East Africa, and Pakistan that devastated crops and affected food safety. Europe was struck by windstorm Sierra and Alex that cost nearly $6 billion and killed 30 people. More than 93% of the West have been in a multi-year drought, and this is affecting water supply, food production, and electricity generation. This August, and not that long ago, Category 4 Hurricane Ida destroyed homes, uprooted trees, and cut off power to more than 1 million residents in Mississippi and already storm-ravaged Louisiana. And this summer's record-breaking triple-digit heat and severe drought fueled more than 100 large wildfires in the West. And the three largest fires of 2021 have burned roughly 1.6 million acres, an area half the size of Connecticut. And the smoke drifted all the way across to New York. This summer, Hurricane Henry flooded parts of the Northeast, and the storm set a new record for the most rain in a single hour in New York City. And tens of thousands of homes were left without power across the Northeast. In 2020, the US had 285 weather and climate disasters, where the cumulative cost for these events exceeded $1.9 trillion. This year, and it's not even over, the cost of damage from these events have totaled to more than $104 billion. And as of this month, NOAA National Centers for Environmental Information states that the US has experienced 18 weather climate disasters with losses exceeding $1 billion each. And year to date, this is a record high. And the increasing trend of high-cost disasters is only climbing. And we haven't even talked about the pandemic. We can no longer simply forget and hope that things will be okay. We need proactive capital and solutions tackling some of the hardest problems facing humanity on Earth and in space. And that's where Astor Perkins come in. We believe that in order to solve the greatest challenges facing humankind, these challenges require very technical and scientific know-how to address mega problems. And we see ourselves and our portfolio startup founders as change agents. And in an ethical and responsible way, we're proactively trying to build a better, more hopeful future together. And our numbers are showing it. 50% of our startup founders are women. 38% are minority founders. And 100% are committed to climate action. And almost 2/3 of our startups are directly or indirectly developing climate action enabling solutions. And unlike others who have jumped on the sustainability bandwagon, we have been committed to climate action and sustainability for years. We are on the advisory board of We Don't Have Time. Our long-running climate change podcast is entering its 4th year of production, and all of us involved at Astor Perkins are fully committed to sustainability. In order for us to solve some of the biggest problems facing humanity, we need mavericks. Individuals who think outside of the box, who are bold and courageous enough to create unimaginable solutions never thought of before. From climate change mitigation and adaptation to longevity and human survival on Earth and in space, to the space economy itself. We're tackling some of the most difficult scientific, engineering, and technical problems that have the biggest potential for positive global impact. We like divergent thinkers because they don't think like everyone else. And we at Astor Perkins are not trying to chase overhyped things that everyone else is chasing. We're hyper-focused on the industrial and infrastructure transformation that will solve the biggest challenges while creating the next mega global industries of tomorrow. Fortunately, a few other mavericks also think that sustainability and longevity and deep tech will be at the heart of the next major revolution. And the numbers are showing it. Sustainability and clean tech, to biotech and longevity, to space, robotics, and artificial intelligence. At Astor Perkins, we conduct due diligence on deep scientific and technical companies to isolate winners solving the hardest problems facing humanity. Welcome to Astor Perkins, all things deep tech and survival. Back to you, Christine.
Thank you, Scott.